Let's bring in James Creedon. Guess what he's going to be talking about? You've been looking at some of the front pages of the British press, and I wonder what they're obsessed with.
That's right. Well, there's probably a whole new set coming in shortly, so I'll just focus on one or two for now. But we remember the Sun back at the time of the vote, Mark, and it was the
back at the time of the Brexit referendum in 2016.
It was a great new dawn. There was this front page, Independence Day. It all looked very, very, very optimistic indeed.
Yeah, indeed.
And that was the front page then. This is the front page now. Well, there'll be another one shortly.
We're in the...
We're in the... And I found a cunning way to say this. Sean Connery's accent.
You do it then. Go
Brexit.
In the Brexit.
Brexit. There you go. But they're obviously going for... but they're obviously going for something else, right? So that scatological theme has been carried through to cartoons. This is in The Independent today as well, and you can see there... Is
that the leader of the DUP in the background throwing up?
There it is. That's Arlene Foster vomiting into a bowler hat.
Jeremy Corbyn there with his hat on.
There's all sorts of grossness in this. It's interesting that you
can't... Boris Johnson and Jacob Rees-Mogg there.
It is interesting news protocol. You can't say Bregs bleep, but you can show this. That's just weird anyway. But
well, you can't say SHIT on air because it's rude and people get upset about it.
But then you can show like Theresa May being kind of, going... So you see the door is open now to the Brexit, but what's there? A brick wall. And really that's actually a kind of... there's so many factions at this moment and so much warring within the party and whatnot that I think that's a pretty accurate illustration.
It is a phenomenal moment in time to get, another two ministers resigning, two junior ministers, one of them the Brexit minister himself, who in fact was appointed, and then as he got the job, Theresa May said, no, you're not going to negotiate, I am. So he was kind of redundant anyway, wasn't he?
That's it. But he's been getting a fair old doing online today, just to give you a sense of that. This was his resignation letter, outlining the reasons in good conscience he cannot support the terms, etc., etc. So a lot of people were sort of saying these are comments to that tweet. This is an SNP MP. Could you tell us what your role as Brexit minister consisted of, given your resignation over a deal which we'd have thought you were a part of signing up to? Now, as you said, Mark, he was sort of sidelined. Number 10 was dealing with it. But he waited until the very end to stand down.
The other day, he was saying he didn't realise the effect of it all. Right. I mean, where's he been for the past, any number of years?
Well, at this point, I'll bring in this guard.
Why is he paid? The phenomenal amount of cash he gets to do that job.
I know. The Guardian headline expresses, I think, a widely held point of view. The Brexit wreckers are slinking away from the rancid mess they've made. Dominic Raab and Esther McVeigh have resigned because they know Brexit is intrinsically
Esther McVeigh's a smart cookie. She might have another plan up her sleeve, but Raab, I don't see what he's going to do next.
Right. So there's exasperation in the opinion pages, Mark. There's also a degree of satire. Mark Steele here writing in The Independent. His headline: "Every single person in the world hates the deal." Probably not strictly speaking true. And he went on to say, "What is it? Is it going to be called Feline Plus, in which we only enter Europe if we can climb through a flap? And after a transition period, we'll only be allowed to poop if we do it in a litter tray or in the Black Forest if we cover it with dirt." Anyway, so some people I think are dealing with the kind of absolute sense of despair at how fractious this stage is in the deal with humour and satire. I think it's the best of Britain in my opinion in terms of how this is being dealt with.
The reaction, the humour.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Speaking of all of the resignations, Larry, the resident cat in Downing Street, hasn't resigned yet, as far as we know. This is satire.
Well, that's good. That's good.
Yes. That the cat is still resident.
But imagine number 10. That cat's going to be busy with all the rats in Downing Street.
Oh, there you go. And the cat will probably outlive various residents to come to the future. BBC, what do you call this? Sign language?
Sign language. Signer.
Signer, there you go. Yeah. Her facial expressions got a lot of people laughing online because I think she was definitely giving it gusto. She wasn't just translating into signs the literal meaning. She was sort of like, this is Brexit.
Indeed.
Then there was this Spice Girls lyric: "I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want. So tell me what you want, what you really, really want. I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want. Repeat for 28 months. And that's the UK, EU.
That's how it's been completely.
And like cross purposes. Yeah. And it's still going. Although there's one person who seems pretty sort of, where is it? Michel Barnier. Look at him looking sort of steady. Captain of a ship, steadfast, looking at Mr. Juncker, and they both look so serene, and I'm sure that was kind of chosen. I'll finish with Prince Charles. Theresa May, have you tried turning the UK off and on again? Just a few times.
Spoof account.
Yes, spoof account. Spoof account. Thank you.
Did you see the signer do that at any point?
No,
because that's very rude in sign language. Someone might just text and tell us what it was.
Find out what it
I'll
is.
tell you later. James, thank you very much indeed. James with the Brexit shenanigans. Kate with the business, as ever. Thank you very much indeed. Pleasure to see you both. And thank you for joining us. Stay with us. More to come here live from Paris.